So, assignment 7, we are moving data from the server to the database, and we're linking the Mongo database to our application. And the only part left is about the widget. Last Friday, we already moved the page part from the server to the client, to the database. And today we're going to create a model for the widget and create a schema for the widget. And then we're going to use a database to store our data for the widget. Okay, so here is a description about what kind of properties you need for widget and what kind of functions you will need to make this widget model. Let me open this. Let me open that in here so I can edit it a little bit. Seven widget, and let me get rid of this first. Okay, so a widget will have a did I mention IDs here? No. This one is a developer ID, and here it's going to have a website ID, and the page, and the widget going to have a page ID. Right. So it will have a page ID, refers to which page that this widget belongs to, and it will have a type of it. It's like it is a string, and it only has options about like the heading. It can be a heading, can be an image, can be a YouTube, and yeah, that's the only three we have so far. Let's just leave it at 3. Actually, make it at 5. 4 here. It also has a. It also has a name, has text, and it may have a placeholder or not. It depends on. It doesn't really matter. And we have a description, have the URL. Let's remove this placeholder as for the input. Have a text, has a description. I don't think we have a description here. Do we have that? No, I can remove the description here. Has URL, has width, and we don't really have a height for it. We made it like responsive. And then we have rows, not yet. Well, yeah, we have size. We don't really have a class and icon. I can delete those two. Deletable, no. Format it. We don't need those two here. So we have a page ID, type, name, text, URL, width, and size. Should be exactly match what we have on the client side. Let's take a look of our client side model. Here is the client side model. It has ID, has a type, has a page ID, has a name, size, text, width, and URL. Yeah, name, size, text, width, and URL. Yeah, those are things we need for widgets. And also we need the functions. It should be very similar as the ones we have for the page. So at the create widget, find all widgets for page, looking for all the widgets we have for this page. And we have the find widget by ID, looking for the ID. Let's change this to PID, make it exactly match what we have. PID, which ID, which ID, which ID. Alright, that's what we need to find, update, delete, and read. Yeah, and create. Yeah, let's start to do those, making those properties and functions. So the first step we are going to do is to create a folder for the widget in our server, right? In the server modules, I already have one. It's a widget folder, and in the widget folder, we're going to have a schema and a model. That's going to be the place where we're going to tell the database what you need to do, like when you see each command from the server. So let's create a schema first. It's a widget.schema.server.js. Okay, that's gonna be our schema, and let's copy the one from the website. Let's just modify it a little bit. So let's move it to the left. We're going to require mongoose here, and we're going to call it widget schema. And in the widget schema, let's see what we have here, and it's using the widget collection, and we're going to export the widget schema. So this schema is going to have a name. Let me see, a page ID, a name, and let's put page ID here first. Page ID. It is remember, like it's a type of, it's an object ID, so it's mongoose the schema the types the object ID, and this is a type of it, right? It's a type of it, and it has a reference. It's reference to the collection page model. Reference to the page model. Alright, that's the first item we have. The second one, we're going to have just check the assignment 7. Let's move it to this side here. We have the type and have a name. Let's put the types there. So we have a type. It's a widget type, which is widget type. Let's make it bigger.
What is the EM email?
What?
It's on the paper EM.
Oh yeah, I told you. Like that's kind of like a make it give some options for it. Like you can only use what we set here. So the way we do it, okay, well again we're going to put a type for it. Its type of it is a string, and then we're going to put enum here. And saying for this property, you can only make it equals to heading, image. I think it's all capital if I don't remember it wrong, right? Heading, image, or YouTube. Those are only options for you. Just come and separate them. Okay, this will just give make it like into a selection. You can only use those 3 items to be this widget type. Other things I will give you an error, like since this is not allowed, things like that. All right. So the next thing is a name. It's easy. It's just a string, and we have a text. It's a string, and we have a URL. It's another string. Let's grab it to the left, and we have a width. So let's make it also a string. Size can be a number. Right, that's and we have data created. Date created. Right? So data created, make it smaller d, match the casting. So it's the same thing. We're going to say type, date, and the default, let's give a default value for it. Default, it's date now. It's going to give a today's date and current time. Okay, that's everything we need for the widget schema. We just list all the properties we have for widget, right? And let's go to the module. So let's create another file, widget.model.server.js. So in here we are going to create those functions we need about create, find, and update, delete. So let's take a look of what we need here. This is what we had for the website. Let's copy something from here. We're going to require the mongoose. Let's copy the 3 lines first. Okay, we're going to use a mongoose, and we're not going to use a website widget schema. We're going to use a widget schema. It's called we require it from the widget schema.server.js, and we're going to call it widget model. Mongoose the model. We're going to use a widget model, and here is a widget schema. Right. So we're creating a widget model based on the schema of the widget. Right, and we can start to create those functions. Widget model dot create widget. It's going to equals to the create widget function. We're going to create it later. And let's create a couple of them. And the second function is find all widgets for page. Going to call the function with the same name. And the find the widgets by ID. Going to find the widgets by the given ID for us. And we have the update widget and delete widget. Right, those are the functions we have. And after we make the abstract, like we can create functions right now. It's function create widget. Right, it takes a PID and a widget. I don't think we need both of them. I think the widget, yeah, just the widget is going to be enough. Okay, so widget is going to be the widget I want to create, and this one just return widget model dot create widget. I believe that's it. Yeah, just use a page and website as example for the widget. So next function is create. It's find all widgets for page. Okay, we're going to return widget model dot find. And what kind of things we're looking to find? We're going to find whose page ID is equal to this page ID here. So here, what we stored here is a page ID. So it's going to be page ID is equal to this given page ID. Okay, this is the thing we're looking for. Alright? Actually, let's change it to PID. It's easier for not making so the page ID is equal to the given PID. Okay, just change the name of the parameter. Doesn't really change anything in logic. Function, we have the find widget by ID. Takes a widget ID, returns a widget model the find ID. Right? I can use the function find ID. Find by ID, right? I forget what it is. Find by ID or find ID? Find by ID. Right? Find by ID and it gives a WID to it. So another function update widget. The name can be found here. Update widget. And it's going to return widget model.update. We're going to update the ID underscore ID equals to the widget ID. And we're going to update this one into the widget we're passing into this function. And we have the delete, remove. Delete or remove? I think it's called delete here. Delete widget. And return widget model remove. Remove the ID is equal to the widget ID. I want to remove this specific widget from the database, right? You can always compare this with our website and the page. It should look like mostly the same thing. Okay. And I need to export it. Don't forget to export it. Module.exports the widgets model. Right. Yeah. That's it. And then we can start to go modify the widget service. Right. Like here, let's go to the service folder for the widget. It's widget service. Okay. Previously we were using this widgets array in the server to save our data, and now I can comment this out. I'm not going to use that anymore, and we're going to modify those functions here to make them, instead of modify the array I have there, I will going to send a request to the database, ask the database to store data for me and modify data for me. All right. So let's start from the first function here. The upload image, we are not going to touch this right now. Just leave this as is. We don't have to change anything about the upload image. Let's start from the create widget here. All right, let's start from the create widget. So the create widgets go instead of instead of modify asking to create a new item in the array, we're going to just directly sending the request to the database to ask the database to do this thing for me. So it's going to be widget. Let's firstly import the widget model to this function, right? We don't have the widget model here right now. So it's variable widget model is equals to the required. I'm going to require to it dot slash. Let's make it in comment in the string in quotation marks. Dot slash go to the parent folder, which is server, and then we're going to the models folder, and then we are going to looking for the widget folder, and then in there I can find the widget .model.server.js. JS is kind of optional. I don't really need that here. Right, should be good. And in the create widget, here we can using the widget model I just imported. Widget model is equals to it's widget model dot create. Right, we're going to start from the create widget PID, and going to create not PID. Only thing we need is this widget here. Just create a widget, right? Going to create this new widget, and after I create this new widget, then do I need the PID here? No, I don't need this one here. The only thing I need is just the widget body of it. Yeah. Okay, and then I just going to send this thing. I don't need this one here. Then we're just going to send this widget to the client. Right, send this widget to the client. Okay, we create a widget and send the client which widget we just created. And the next one is find all widgets for page. Now we don't need the array here. I'll get the ID. We get the page ID of it. Then we're going to call the widget model. Let's say what does the function called name is find all websites for you. So not find websites. It's going to take a look of this one here. Find all widgets for page. It takes a PID. And then, right after we find it, we're going to send in the those pages, those widgets, Going to send those widgets to the client. Right. And next one, select widget by ID, we can delete that. Not going to use that anymore. Find the widgets by ID, and yeah, we get the widget ID from the client, and we're going to use that to find the widget. Widget model the find widgets by ID, and it's going to take the widget ID. After we find it, we're going to send that to the client. Right, if we found it, we're going to send the widget. If not, we're going to send some empty, send a null to the widget. Say, alright, we don't find it. All right, and update the widget. We don't need those parts. We're getting the widget, getting the widget ID. Okay, those are two things we need for the update. And then we're going to call it widget the update widget. Right, it's called our update widget. Yeah. So it takes widget ID, widget ID, and takes a widget. Right, this is what this function takes. Takes widget ID, takes widgets, and then it will update for me. And after I receive data, I'm sending this data to the client.
How come on the other one you had WID instead of WID?
Which one I have WID instead of W?
The other file? Yeah.
Where is WID? You see? Oh, here? Yeah, it should be widget ID. You are right. Right? It should be this one. Should be matched. Yeah, that was a typo. So sending data to the widget, and for the delete, getting the widget ID and just call delete widget model. Here should be the widget. Should be widget model. The delete widget. Oops. Takes a widget ID, and then the client, the database is going to tell us some data like about let's remove successfully. Okay, and then we just send this data to the client. Yeah. So I think that's it for the server side. Let's try to do a node server, see if this gives us any error we need to fix. Okay, let's minimize these things. Let's go to the assignment folder. Let's get it back here. Let's try that. I already started my database here. Okay, I already done a MongoD here. Need to open the MongoD to make it connected with the server. So let's do a node server here. Let me make it bigger. Right, give me an error. Oh, here I have a typo, require. Yeah, I know where that is. It should be in my service. Right here. Yeah, require. Right, let's do it again. Let's clear it. Gonna clear the screen off here. So no server. Another error. Cannot find module widget schema. The server.js. Maybe I didn't export it correctly. Let's see. In the widgets module here, I tried to looking for the one widget. Let's say name widget the schema the server.js. And we export the widget schema here. Module the exports. Yes, looks that's correct. What's wrong with this guy? Oh, I have typo here. Oh, I have typo when we name it, this file. Yes, this should rename it. Let's widget the schema. Yep, the schema have typos here. Okay, should be good right now. Clear it. No server. Running on 700. Okay, it looks like it's working. Yeah, let's try to do ng-serve here to run the client side, and let's see what's working there and what's not. ng-serve. It's running the client side. I already know like there's something I need to change, like the module. Yeah, like change it. I need to make the ID optional, and also like I need to remove the ID when I create and find stuff there. But let's run the ng-serve first, and then change those things. Okay, this client side is running. I can try that. Localhost 4200. Okay, that's my login. And let's firstly change something here, because I already know something need to be changed. So let's go to the source. In the source folder, everything here are related to the client side. Let's go to add folder. In the models, for the widget model, let's make this ID optional, right? Make the ID optional. Like when we create a widget, we don't really have to create ID because the database is going to create one for us. We don't have to create it in the client side. And in the components, let's go to the widget folder. Let's take a look at each one of them. So in the widget list, here I don't think I need to change anything. Yeah, we're not creating any widget here, so I don't think we need to change anything here. Widget edit. So let's change. Let's take a look at widget chooser first. Widget chooser is easier to see. I have a create function here, and we don't need the ID. Remember that we don't need the ID for that. When I create widget takes two stuff here. Takes a PID and takes a widget. Page ID, PID. I don't really think I need a PID here, but let's take a look at the service. Oh yeah, maybe I can leave it like that. I think that's going to be fine. Yeah. So let's take a look at the page widget edit. In the widget edit, let's save this one. Yeah, here like we don't need ID for that. And find the widget by ID. Find the widget. This looks good. Yeah, this looks fine. And in the widget edit, we have the widget header. Take a look of that. Remove the ID of it. Yeah, in update. Looks fine. Yeah, it looks fine. Remove looks fine. Let's close the header. Take a look of the image and the YouTube. I think they both look the same. We just need to remove the ID of it. Right? Like I don't think I need to change anything for the remove and update. Yeah, same thing for the YouTube. Let's try if they are working right now. Okay, I changed something here. So let's open F12. Make sure there's no error pop up. Let's log in as Alice. None of them going to have any widgets right now, right? My database is empty. So let's go. Let's create a page here. Home page, landing page, home description, landing page. Submit it. Okay, that's my home page. Click it. It's my widget list. At least there's no error. Let's try to create a widget here. Let's create a header widget here. Name, let's call it assignment 7. Then make the same thing for text, and the size of it make it 2. Submit it. It's showing here assignment 7. Looks like it's working correctly. Let's try our image. Let's make sure everything is working here. Image, A7 URL of it. Let's find the image. This time we'll use this one here. This one, which one? Like this one here. Let's open image in new tab. Let's copy the it's really small image, right? Does it have a bigger size? Open image in new tab. That's open. Yeah, it's bigger. Let's copy image address. Let's put it here. Oh, it's a GIF. I think it's still working. 100%. Okay. Yeah, it's showing here. The image is also working, and I think the YouTube should work too. Like we can try that. A7 doesn't really matter. The URL. Let's go to the YouTube. Looking for videos here. Let's go into my his. Let's go to here. Looking for image. Forward it. Open that. Copy video URL. Let's put the video URL here with 100%. Submit it. YouTube is also working. Okay, everything is working here. The Flickr, yeah, let's try the Flickr. So go to the image here. Let's edit it. Let's try to edit it. Let's go to the choose from Flickr. Search for image, a line, right? It's a line image. What's there showing? Let's just copy this one. Click OK here. The image is changed. Okay. A weird line, but it's working. And yeah, it seems like everything is working. Let's try to delete something. Delete this. If I try to delete this video here, and it's gone. Right. Let's take a look of our database. See if the database has a title and has a image inside it. Let's take a look of our let's open a new command window here. Let's do a Mongo show DBs. Which DBs I should use? I forget. WebMaker, yeah. So let's use WebMaker. And show collections. What collections I have inside this database? App page, user, website, and widget. Right? Let's try to db.widget.find.pretty. Those are data I have there, right? I have the first one here is a heading, right? It's a heading, say the widget type heading. And after that, I have a image. Here, that's an image, and that's it. Right? I only have an image and a heading. Both of them should have a same page ID. It's because they are in the same page. This one is in the 5B3A294. Same one for this one, 5B3A294. Like both of them have the same page ID. Okay, so the page ID of them should be the same, 5B3A294 something. And have different ID. The ID for them are unique. And I have some data created. It's also unique. Like it's same date but different time. Okay, different time. Alright, that seems everything is working. And one more thing we need to change. Remember, like we just the Flickr, choose by Flickr is working, but we need to also like make some change for the upload image. Upload image. Like take a look at the function here. In our server widget model here. For the upload image, sorry, it's not model, it's service widget, service here, upload image here. So right now, like we upload the image into the server, that's fine, and we are going to, here we use the select widget by ID. We don't really have this function anymore, and then we're going to update the widget URL into something like the URL. We're not going to have we don't have the select widget by ID anymore, because it was trying to select the widget from the array we have here. Okay, it's trying to select item from the array we had here. We're not going to have that anymore. We don't have the array anymore, and we're not going to use this function anymore. So we're going to getting the widget from our database, and then update its URL, and then put it back, right? So here we are going to, instead of doing this way, we're going to directly getting the widget from the database and update its URL, and then put the widget back. It's going to do a few things here. So in upload, the first thing we're going to do, let me see, maybe I can just do the update here. Okay, firstly, widget will equals to widget model the find the widget by ID. Right? I can use the ID to find the widget. Actually, we have the widget ID here, right? Please find the widget by its ID for me, and this is going to be the widget I want to update. And then I update its URL to this, like in the assets folder, uploads. It's going to be the same place. And then we are going to update it. Update the widget in the database. Widget model the update widgets. Update widget. It's going to have a widget ID and takes a widget. Right, let's go. This one going to update my widget, and after that I can do a callback. It just redirect. Should be good enough to make it working. Let's try that. Right. So remember, like if we want to test the upload image, we need to test it in the localhost 3100, because it's using the this folder to store stuff. Yeah, let's try that. Right, let's try that. So let's see. Okay, let's actually make them the same in the future, but it's fine right now. So let's stop the server. Stop the server. Control-C, stop it, and let's do an ng build here to make sure it's working. Ng build product. I can close the client side. We're not going to use localhost 4200 to test this. Okay, looks good. Almost there. Right. So let's call node server again. Node server. Right. Save the uploading working. So let's close this. Instead of 4200, we are going to go to the localhost 3100. Right? Let's say it's running in the production mode. So let's go click the let's log in as Alice here. Okay, that's Alice. Let's go to the website. Go home. There's the image I just created. Let's edit it. Let's try to upload the image here. Choose the image. Where I can find the image. Let's see, in the management here. Okay, I have some image here. Let's try to change this one to our logo. Try this one. Click OK here, I guess. It's not working. Let's refresh the page. It's not working. Oh yeah, I forget to click the upload image button here. I was stupid. Let's click this one, okay, and upload image. Right. Let's try to click OK here. It's still not working. Yeah. Try it again. This one is not changed. The URL here is not changed. I maybe uploaded it too fast. Let's put that let's a callback in the Zen here. So here I find the widget, and let's add a Zen here. Then after I find the widget, I want to update the widget URL into this guy here. No, let's not do that this way. Let me see. These two don't really need to be the one after another. Let's can do this together. Let's make it that way. So I have Zen here, right? And the find widget by ID is going to find the widget for us. So it's going to find the widget for me. And after I find this widget, I want to update the widget URL equals to the new URL of it. And then after that, we're going to do update inside it, right? So make it move this one into here. And after I update it, I have another Zen here. After I update it, I'm going to get any kind of data from it. And inside here, I'm going to do a redirect. Right? Let's make them like a one by one after each other. So it's then like a redirect on it should be the last thing here. Let's try to restart the server, see if that works. Right, let's refresh this page. Let's click the choose file, logo, upload image. Say that the URL here changes to the one I want. Something in the sets folder, in the uploads folder. Okay, let's click OK here. It works. Okay, it works. Right, it works. I can change the size of it, 50%. Yep. Okay, so that's it for the Assignment 7. Like everything should be working right now. So if we take a look of our database, last thing I want to do is just take a look of database. So here, if you take a look of our URL for the image, it's already changed to the point. Instead of pointing to a image online, it's pointing to the image we store locally in our server. All right. So let me stop here and sending the code to the GitHub. All right, let's stop here, and I can git add dot git commit moving widget to database and down for Assignment 7. Git push. And I'll upload the video to the YouTube. Remember